And we're
Hello,
live.
everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the Dark Winter Radio podcast. And as your host, my name is Gabe. I run the Twitter account as TC Report. I report news on all the Tom Clancy games, and of course, our other hosts. If you guys can introduce yourselves.
What's up, guys? Patrick here, and I run the Division Australia, one of the official communities for the game within Australia, pretty much. And I am also the host of Dark Winter Radio.
What's up, everyone? I'm Robbie with Open World Games. I run the YouTube channel Open World Games, and then I also run the Facebook page and Twitter. Go for it, Keelan.
Keelan.
All right. Yeah, nervous. First time. I am Keelan. I am one of the members of the Division cosplay community, along with our very own Matt Shields, and I'm one of the creators behind the Division Angels web series.
Awesome.
Awesome. And I am Wolf of Cherno, also known as Cherno, also known as Evan. I have a Twitter account dedicated to Division news and whatnot, and I also do videos on the Division from time to time. You can check me out, Wolf of Cherno, on both of those. And that's our introductions for now. We have a special guest coming. He was from episode 1, the Lost episode, also known as, because I forgot to fucking save it.
Yeah.
And he'll be here with us
This one will be
soon.
archived this time.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
yes, it
one
will.
will be saved. But Matt Shields, he is the cosplayer that was with us last time. He'll be with us again. And
Sweet.
Gabe. And now we can get this thing started away until he gets here. So,
Yeah, and then we'll have him come in and
yeah.
if he wants to answer a couple questions and stuff. So anyway, let's get the show on the road. So
Do this.
the beta, it was out this weekend. We all basically spent our lives in our rooms playing the hell out of this, right? I'm pretty sure. all of you-
Exactly.
I
Yes,
think I
and
got
it's
so-
It's not much different from my normal routine, but
Yeah, pretty much,
I
right?
felt
Yeah.
I got
productive this
too many hours put into that game already.
Yeah, really.
So, what do you guys think about the gameplay of the Division beta? Like, what do you think about it?
Go
Well,
for it, Patrick.
Yeah.
I'd have to say it's very smooth, like better than what I expected, personally, compared to the previous demo I got to play at E3.
Yeah.
Definitely, they've improved it completely. Like, I could tell the difference. Ran smooth. Thankfully, no problems with obviously the servers and all that was amazing. So overall, like, it was what I expected, and now I just can't wait to see what it's going to be like at full release at launch. But yeah.
Yeah, I've been having a blast with it as well. I'm really surprised at the improvements over the alpha. That's one thing that I'm amazed by because, I've always mentioned it in our podcast here about the vertical towering for the Xbox One and the consoles. They've completely improved the graphics, in my opinion. And then I'm having a total blast in the Dark Zone now. I've had more engagements in the Dark Zone, but I've also been able to actually team up with random players, which is just downright hilarious and fun if you can get a good group going.
Yeah, to echo what Pat was saying, the last time that I played it was when I met most of you guys over at the Uplay Lounge during E3.
Right.
And the controls felt so much better this time. Like, I don't know what it is that they changed, and it could have just been the difference from, the Xbox One controller to this time playing it on the PS4, something I'm more used to. But getting used to it, it felt more familiar to me this time around,
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it feels like Ghost Recon Future Soldier.
Yeah.
Yes.
To me.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in a way, they
Good point.
also managed to like fit in a lot of of the MMORPG aspects of the game itself because it's a third-person shooter, cover tactics and whatnot, but there's also many other different ways they managed to put the whole MMO factor in there because you can just run into random players in the Dark Zone and social hubs, sure, but there's also different ways of interaction now that we can see.
Like shooting them in the face.
Like that. I like doing that the most.
Come on, it's so
Yeah.
much fun. I love the rogue agent stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let's see if I got Matt.
Yeah, and Matt.
Where are you, Matt?
Matt looks like he's
Is Matt
joining
there?
in right now.
Oh, is he?
He'll be in.
Yeah, he's actually in the call for us.
He'll be in here.
There you
I
go.
know they're about.
Yep.
Hopefully he knows that we're live.
Yeah, hopefully he does. So, so I mean, I think the gameplay for me it was really smooth since I was on PC, of course. So I was like,
Right.
the 60 FPS. It was so smooth, and moving from cover to cover was also quick. And I like the way, you got into encounters with random people as well as AIs randomly, and how you actually have to take cover in order to almost win. So you can't really just go on out there and just spray a group of like rogue agents or just regular people.
Oh, definitely not. But yeah, so obviously like we all kind of reacted to what we thought of it. Do you guys do you guys have any particular like
Peggy 18. We heard that.
Any weeks?
18. Matt is here.
That's it.
We can hear Matt in the back.
That is me.
What a way to make an entrance.
He's got to
Hey,
be
man,
Yeah.
last man
Peggy
in
18 in
has
the
to
chat.
make an
Peggy
You
18.
must be
Matthew
8 years old.
Shields rated M for mature.
That's right.
Right, so Matt, we were just talking about our reactions, what we thought of the beta. Give us your thoughts, man. What did you think of it from what you've played so far?
Gameplay wise.
Oh my gosh. I'm loving it. I think I've logged about 28 hours. Before, when we were able to play, I was only about 4 hours. So, man, just it's so deep, and I'm like, man, just this much feels like such a game, and knowing that it's going to be so much bigger,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to get into it.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I'm watching-
for it
cannot
being a
come soon
beta,
enough.
it had good depth to it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just it wasn't a demo. It was like a true. This is what you're in for.
Yeah.
Get
I
ready
didn't-
to
I didn't
get
want
ready
too much
to
either.
need lube.
I didn't want too much either. I didn't want too many. I like the way they kept it. Kept it restricted because because then it would ruin the whole game for me if I was able to go across New York. So
Yeah, but you see,
I'm just curious
Yeah.
if any of the big skyscrapers will be explorable at this point. I'm
I'm curious
so
about that too.
curious.
I want to
or
explore
at
those.
least the bottom few floor zone.
well, I know the
Yeah,
Macy's
yeah.
is. The Macy's has.
Also,
Okay.
so we just spoke obviously about our reactions, what we thought of it, our gameplay wise. Do you guys want to talk about maybe like anything funny, crazy you guys saw in the game, like whether in the Dark Zone or anything like that? Because I know me and Robbie definitely ran into some things when we were playing together. What about you guys?
I'll go first if you want. Yeah, I'll
sure,
go
sure.
for it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I like straight off the bat when I went into I think it was the construction building, I saw that supposedly it's an Easter egg with the screensaver on the Division.
Okay.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the phone. Yeah, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
found that first, and I was just like, I just saw that, and I was like, what the hell? And I just started finding a lot of stuff, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
Like the
I was
Matrix.
actually playing with Matt sometimes, right? We had a couple of
Yeah.
games going, and I went rogue, and he didn't know it, so he was a bit surprised when I did.
remember that.
Yeah.
He got.
I was like, wait, what's happening?
He got killed, and he was like, "Gabe, what did you do?"
Yeah.
That's the risk of joining a group as a rogue agent. You could really screw over everyone in the group very
Yeah.
quickly.
Uh-huh.
That's a big dynamic there.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
like that there was a thing they did with the group management where you could set it so like only people who you're friends with on Uplay
Right.
can be in your group. And I was like, that's a good thing because you don't want just anybody, just because of example like that, you don't want just anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to, you could do a whole single player experience if you wanted to. You can go solo and set the group to private and experience just the co-op space by yourself, which can be kind of nice because you could take in the entire story like a lot, which is cool.
Yeah. Kind of take your time with it and not be worried
Yeah,
about
exactly,
somebody
because a lot
else
of
being like,
Fallout
dude,
4
hurry up,
fans-
hurry up.
Not worrying about
Yeah,
accidental
exactly.
shooting.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I did have some randoms trying to join my group when I was with other people, and I'm like, can you just please just go away?
Yeah.
Not friendly.
That
not
happens
friendly.
to me a lot. I get someone popped in on me, and they're like doing jumping jacks in front of me and saying stuff, and I'm like, let me focus on the story.
I'm trying to look for stuff.
Just for 1 second.
Because when people do that in front of me randomly on the street in real life, we stop and have a conversation and become friends afterwards. I don't back away at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
but, here's
Yeah.
a funny story. I was playing with Brett from UB Central, and he is in the chat. Hello, Brett. But he was doing jumping jacks, and it was only on my screen that I could see this. He was reloading his weapon as he was doing the jumping jacks. It was freaking hilarious. Like a little
seen
glitch.
that. I've seen that.
Yeah. It was so funny. But that was one of those random funny glitches out there.
Yeah.
Try
No,
it. See if you can pre-imitate it.
there's a couple of glitches like that happened with me and the friends that were playing, where one of us, like all of us, would be looking and they're glitching like crazy, but to them they just look normal, and I'm like,
Isn't that weird? I don't understand that.
it's entertaining on our end. The first time it happened, it was me, and I just started like doing circles around people like I was possessed and everything, and then they started shooting at me. And I was like, thanks.
Speaking of
Seen,
glitches,
yeah.
speaking of glitches, I wanted to talk about the PC.
Oh,
On
yeah.
one hand,
right.
I know me and Matt experienced this a couple times, where on PC, it's where I don't know exactly how it works, so my explanation might be a little bit bad, and I'm sorry, chat, if you can't understand, but basically, if you're on one server in the dark zone, and another person is like in the same dark zone but in a different server, they can see you, and you can't see them, so it's basically like they become invisible.
Oh, the invisible agents.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
So
Reddit,
it's
yeah.
so weird. You'll have like let's say you're looted up and they see you, and your health is just gonna drain, and you're just not gonna know what hit you, and you go down in seconds because you have no idea where they're coming from, and
Yeah.
it's so annoying.
On
Like,
it.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
I actually got killed
And it's
by
only on the
yeah.
PC, right?
No,
yeah.
Right.
I got
At the
killed-
moment.
PC Master Race,
I
right?
got killed by an invisible.
Shots fired.
All right, all
Robbie
right.
goes on the chat.
Oh no.
Just quickly, guys. Someone in chat is asking, Elite Pro Alpha is asking, why are some loot private and public when dropped?
Oh, it's client side, I believe.
Yeah.
It's instanced.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But in the
But-
dark zone, can't someone steal?
yeah.
I've
That's
had
the
that
only thing
happen
that's not
before.
client side. It's client
Yeah.
side when you're looting like everywhere
in
else.
the
but-
PvE environment.
yeah, the PV. Yeah.
Yep.
So like when you
Makes it
kill
fun.
the NPCs,
Mhm.
everyone like
Gets different
loot
gear.
drops. Everyone can get loot, but when you kill a rogue agent,
Mhm.
there's just one loot that drops, and whoever gets there first gets it.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, speaking of pretty much weird stories that happen in the game and everything, I know that at least for me and Robbie, when we were playing online, but just when we had that when we were set up on the rooftops and we had that looks like, I think it was a clan. They were all rogue agents and they were just farming out.
Yeah, it was annoying.
It was so
in
bad.
that place across from the extraction zone.
Exactly, they all hide
Yeah.
up there.
Okay.
I feel like there
Was
needs
it-
to be another
was it like
entrance to it.
Was it like 2 groups of 4, so there was 8 total, and 2 would like snipe you, and when you're
Yeah, it
distracted
was
by
like
them, the other ones flank you?
6 or 7 of them. They
Yeah.
would peek out, snipe.
Same thing happened to me last night.
Yeah, then they would go rogue, and by doing that, they're
And then
waiting
they
for their
click your
timers
bounty.
to count down and then
Yeah.
collect that bounty. So it's sort of a mechanic that's the one mechanic I'm sort of worried about, is how they all just sit up there in that spot. I think that's going to be sort of a problem with the final game, but hopefully they can. I think they just need to add another entrance point to that roof.
Well, the thing is,
Well, there will be.
yeah, it was cut
Okay.
off because of the beta.
Yeah. in the
Okay,
backside,
Yeah,
there's
good.
like a red
Okay,
wall.
perfect. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Don't worry, I know. I was worried about that
Also,
too.
Yeah.
Another glitch that I noticed, I actually saw this on Petra Cat's stream when she was playing the game with her friends. One of the squad members was just sliding across the map, like you see in Battlefield. You know, like,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
saw
that's what my avatar was doing during the glitch. I was like crouched, and my arm was through my head in the wrong angle, and just.
Speaking of
Slid-
crouch,
But once I locked into cover, everything was cool. So
Yeah.
there's no crouch button in the game. I wanted to talk about that too.
Yeah, that's one of the
Yeah.
highest
What do you
requested.
guys think?
That's one of the highest requested things on the Reddit right now. Is like a crouch button.
And there isn't a crouch button in Rainbow Six Siege either.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
No, there is.
Are you sure? There should be.
isn't it prone only?
No,
Oh no,
no.
it's a jump.
No.
My bad. It's the jump.
Okay.
You can't jump.
I think personally, I don't mind it. Like playing the beta for a while now, I got used to it without having a crouch button. I do wish they had a prone button. That I reckon that'd be something cool to have. But when it comes to crouching, I personally don't mind. It's not a big issue for me if there isn't if it's not in the game. So what about you
So,
guys?
I've also gotten used to it. Can't remember who it was that compared it to Uncharted. Like, Uncharted is one of my favorite franchises, and it does not have a crouch button at all.
Yeah.
I would prefer a crouch button, though, because another game is The Last of Us, and it has this system where it's not a true sticky cover system. You control your crouch, and then if you aim, you pop out of cover.
Oh,
So you have full control over it. And I don't know. I really still enjoy it though because it just reminds me of Ghost Recon Ghost Recon Future Soldier. So
Yeah, it reminds me of a blend of that and the controls from Mass Effect.
Did that game have
Yeah.
crouch?
Yeah.
Did Future Soldier have crouching in it?
Future Soldier, I believe it did. I believe it did. Yes,
Actually,
if I
what's
recall
funny is,
correctly.
you were saying that it reminds you of Mass Effect. A lot of people have actually been saying that the controls reminds us of Mass Effect, which was pretty interesting to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, Mass Effect is a really good game when it comes to controls. They improved that game over time up until Mass Effect 3. The controls just got better and better and better as it went.
That's the way it should.
Actually, I never
Yeah.
played them, so
What? The
Yeah.
madness.
I've got another
That's crazy.
story. I got another story from Sunday morning. It might actually be a nice segue. Me and DB Dave linked up, and so it was just the two of us going into the dark zone. And if you might remember, Sunday things were getting pretty dicey there in the dark zone because everyone had kind of leveled up and experienced everything, and so
Yeah.
they were kind
Yeah,
of just looking for
You only have
whatever
one
they
place
could
to
do.
go.
Yeah, and that was into other agents. So
We're bored. Let's kill each other.
right. So we link up, we go in, and almost right off the bat, we hadn't gotten any loot or anything. We were just coming out of the checkpoint. This guy goes past us, and then shoots us both in the back. Boom, down. We're like, oh
Damn.
gosh, okay. It set the tone for the rest of the morning. I tell you what.
yeah.
So
It's on.
yeah, we were just like, wow, okay, we have to watch our back. And
Yeah.
man, so we were trying to find some other friends to join up into our group because with just two of us, we felt very vulnerable. And
Right.
I was
so.
seriously like using the street smarts and going like, okay, I see some guys over there. Let's not go there because there's like four of them. Let's go this way. And other times when like we engaged NPCs and then another group started coming in, I was like, okay, let's get out of here now. And we seriously, like, they hadn't done anything aggressive, but I was just like, run now. This is going to get bad. And
Yeah.
just seriously, like, scurrying all around the dark zone, trying to avoid any bad situations. And then finally we got to go to some other guys. But man, it was intense.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing I've noticed about the Dark Zone is you could play it one day and you could team up with everyone, and everyone's working together, and the next day everyone's killing each other. It's
Yeah.
so weird. That's one thing I love about it, is going in there and not knowing what to expect at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a new experience every time, and since it's only the beta and we only get this small portion,
Yeah.
like I am so
And there's so much to
excited.
do still in it. Like, even though
I can totally see, like, once we're in the full game, somebody going like, okay, guys, we're going to go from one end of the dark zone all the way to the other.
Mhm.
Just,
I plan on doing it, just roaming New York, trying to find my house, but
oh, yeah, dude, totally.
yeah, because Matt, like,
Yeah, that
But hey, have you talked about that a little bit? Like, what your experience has been walking around New York in the
oh
game?
yeah, I never even mentioned that. So yeah, for most of you that don't know already, I am from the New York City area, and I have to say, like, the ratio that they got Manhattan, it's like amazing. Like, it
Wow.
looks
Yeah?
like a lot of the things are there in New York, and it was funny because the day of the beta, I actually went to the DMV, and the DMV is actually right behind Madison Square Garden. And
Oh my gosh.
So I went there, and I went behind Madison Square Garden, and I found the block that I was on Friday. So it's just really insane how they got
That
it
is
exactly
crazy.
to the point where it almost looks, yeah.
None of us could have
That is
ever predicted this.
unbelievable.
Oh.
Pat, what are you up to over there?
No, that's not me. That's not me.
No, I said Pat.
Oh, sorry.
P-A-T.
Yeah, we
That's
know
what
He's
who's
up to
there.
something again. He's listening to something.
But it's
I'm scared.
insane.
trailers.
That is so cool.
The detail, and it's just, oh my god, it's amazing. And I can't, and I want to share something real quick. I actually posted this on my Twitter, and it was this screenshot of the Intrepid. I don't know if you guys know what the Intrepid
ship.
is. Yes,
The
it's
ship.
it's actually a
Right.
museum in New York. It's an aircraft
Okay.
carrier, and I tweeted it out, and I saw that on the map for the Division, it was actually marked, and it said Intrepid. So, me and my friends were talking, and we're like, this could be a playable area in the full game, or
because
I hope so.
yeah, the thing
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
Ubisoft Massive, when they were touring New York City to take some notes, that was one of the areas that they really focused on was the museum area, the Intrepid.
that would be amazing.
I would love to see that as like its own like base of operations or
Yes.
some sort of safe house where you can go in there, find some military personnel held up,
That would
trying
be-
to conserve everything. That'd be so cool.
And apparently,
Oh yes.
the USS New York is out behind, like where you spawn, or like when you first start off and you get off the helicopter.
Yeah.
Actually,
Right.
if you look behind the helicopter, you'll see the USS New York. That's what my friends found. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Cool.
so it's pretty cool.
Ah.
Yeah, and they already have
Cool
an
if you could
aircraft
walk.
carrier. The
It'd be
text.
cool if you could walk out there a little bit on the ice too.
Yeah, and then fall in. But,
I know. I know.
Plummet to your death.
Swim with the fish breathe.
I know. Marco Style
Oh,
actually
God.
glitched out there on Twitter, and he fell through the map somehow.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh
Matt.
gosh.
Remember that?
Oh,
He
God.
somehow got onto like one of these little fishing boats out there. I'm like, how did you do that?
Okay,
Really?
I saw
Yeah.
images of that, and I was like, oh, somebody's
Fishing
modding this already?
Jeez.
Oh my
I think
god.
he just like did a glitch roll because he also glitch rolled into the like the entrance to the subway tunnel near your base of operations. That was from like the E3.
I did just
2014
see that.
trailer.
Yeah, I did see
And when he
that.
went
Really?
down, when he went to the bottom
Oh
of the
my
stairs,
gosh.
there was nothing down there. It was like just showed empty map, like
Unfinished.
Yeah.
the underneath of the map. Like so they took that out completely, and I'm like, oh, that's a buzzkill. Come on.
No.
So
I don't know about you guys, but I'm
What?
definitely going to want to sort of like retrace the steps of some of the trailers.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've already
Yeah.
done
I've
that.
already recognized some areas.
I've already done that a couple times.
Yeah, my friend found the jacket from the trailer, so he was hyped about that. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
so, do you guys want to move on to the next topic, or?
I'd say
Yeah,
so.
definitely. I think
Sure.
Matt
So-
is trying to pull up the season pass. Are
Yeah,
we
yeah.
discussing that?
Oh, you want to discuss that? Fine. Yeah, let's discuss that. I know over the weekend, right? It was during the beta.
Yeah,
Yeah, during the
sure.
beta,
The
they
first
actually-
expansion is called Underground.
Right.
What do
And
you
where
make
that
of
is.
that?
Yeah.
Well, I've got it up here. If I can read what it says here.
Go for it.
So, like you said, pretty much over the, pretty much, I think it's actually just only a couple hours into the beta, closed beta, they announced like kind of what their post-launch plans would be, kind of thing. And so, for those who purchase the season pass or the gold edition or anything that comes with it, this is pretty much what you would expect. And obviously, we'll talk about each thing. Like Robbie said, the first expansion is called Underground. Says lets a squad of 4 players explore new territory in post-pandemic New York underworld. So,
Nice.
what do you guys expect from that? Like, what do you guys reckon?
I expect
Subway
a lot of
station.
sewer
Yeah.
and subway tunnels.
Yep.
Yes.
A lot of
And
poop.
I'm stoked for that.
Because the underground,
I re-
I'm actually gonna pull up a screenshot here real quick. You guys can keep talking about that, but like I took a screenshot on Xbox of the underground here. That's the wrong screenshot. There we go. And as you can see
Okay,
right there,
yeah.
that's just like one instance of the underground right there. Just seeing all the tents
Okay.
and whatnot, and it looks a lot like the 2014 trailer.
Oh,
Oh,
for the
It's
right.
it's absolutely
Yeah.
insane. Just the amount of
Yeah.
detail they put
Very
into
nice.
there.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it'll be
I
it'll be
cannot
very
wait to explore
it'll be
more
very
of this.
yeah very cool to see a lot more of that.
yeah, and I was pleased
Yeah.
with how they designed the sewer section that they had down there.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
That
I
was
like
that
I like the sewers.
that has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they also mentioned previously that some of the tougher enemies would be located down in the underground because it's warmer naturally in the underground, and that's where you would find the more rare loot. So I'm hoping that's what they're considering, is adding tons of rare loot in the underground.
Oh, that would be
Yeah, man.
great.
Definitely.
Them
Yeah.
Yes.
Morlocks, they don't want to give up their stuff.
The Warlocks. Oh,
Yeah, all of
remember-
a sudden we get swords or something. Doesn't make any
Oh,
sense.
Hey, but more
my God.
melee in the division, I'd like that to be honest.
yeah, different like.
Oh yeah,
swipes and
yeah.
stuff.
I would actually, like to be able to have melee weapons that you can upgrade.
Yeah, get like a
Yeah.
bat.
Seriously,
Hardline-
yeah, that'd be
Start
awesome.
whacking sledgehammers.
That
I want my
that
crow.
Hardline is
That's all
not
I
like
gotta
this.
Triple H.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Battlefield Hardline is pretty much just got like the
The
like
sword.
the Zelda sword anyway. So, hey, if you could do it, I don't see why not. Division could do it. Anyway,
not?
So the second expansion that will be coming with the season pass is called Survival.
Yes, yeah.
Players will have to survive in a hostile environment that will challenge even the most hardcore players. So, at least from what I can tell from just reading that, it could be possibly wave-based mode, or
I think it's a horde mode. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I.
Sounds exactly like one. So
I hope it's super detailed.
I wonder.
Because,
I wonder where it'll be.
Yeah, I hope it's in a new location as well. Because if it's not in a new location, I almost feel like that could have been part of the main game, maybe.
Yes.
What about? Do you think?
I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah. Do you think?
But I think it's gonna be in a new location.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it.
well,
Possibly Brooklyn. That would be awesome.
Or Central
I was gonna
Park.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna
See,
say,
that's what I'm like
Ooh,
praying
yeah.
for. It's a Central Park.
Central
mission.
Park. Now that makes a lot of sense for a horde type mode. 'Cause
Survival in
it's very
Central
open.
Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. That would be
Well,
awesome.
Because that's not too far away
one
from the top
ones
of the
that
map.
you mentioned?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
There was another location mentioned. Coney Island. That would be a nice
Yes.
location.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And our-
yeah, you could do it there too.
And in
Enemy
our last
faction,
stream-
freaky looking clowns.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh, no.
Well,
But they,
no.
why not? Why not have more like flamboyant bosses like that are just crazy?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I would love
fit
to
the-
stumble upon a group that's like fanatical, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah,
How
like,
did they? Who is this?
Yeah.
It
I'm like
worked,
the
for,
Joker.
it worked for the Warriors. It can work for.
well,
Oh, that would be awesome to have those gangs
God.
walking around.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That'd
fast
be
hanging.
sweet.
That'd be great.
but
Just
you know
as
what,
long as they keep it grounded like the rest of it
Yeah,
is.
I was just gonna follow up with that because you don't want it to become like Gotham City.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that would just be weird.
Yeah, it would be weird.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Pat was-
Well,
Because as you
I
can
was gonna say that. Oh, you go.
as you can see on like the top, if you look at the top of your map in the beta, you can see above the white line there's like streets and parks that are still like a couple scattered up there that are past that white line, but they're still there. Like, why would they put them there if they are not going to be accessible at all?
and why
Just
would
like-
they name them?
Just like, oh, look at that, that's something
Right.
you could have explored, but we didn't put it in. I'm just like, oh.
Exactly. Yeah,
We're teasing
us.
you.
Tease.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They are teasing us.
Yeah.
But I want to go ahead, Pat, and mention what the final expansion is.
Well, it's just called Last Stand, but there's actually no information about it right now. But what I wanted to mention was Brooklyn.
Mm.
Could we still see that as a possible add-on for the game? Maybe a free update now, since now we know the 3 expansions. Could that be as part of one of the expansions, or could maybe a new area can a new area be added to each of the expansion as well?
Who knows?
Hmm.
I think
I doubt Brooklyn will be part of it. That's just my opinion.
Why-
Because, like, if you sit there as a developer and as a designer and you see the current map layout, you wouldn't want everyone crossing this massive bridge and separating. You know, you
Right.
want to keep it where they're
Contained.
centered around the dark zone.
Right.
And Brooklyn is way out there, so I don't think it will ever make it into the game.
Although that bridge itself is a possibility for something like Last Stand,
yeah, that'd be cool.
where it's like
Yeah.
you
No,
have a
that's
whole
true.
force from the other side coming after you.
If they don't
Yeah, that's-
make Brooklyn a thing, as long as they feature the Brooklyn Bridge, I think I would be happy.
Okay.
Like if they did like that, if they only closed off the bridge, but like
Okay.
there were always legendary AIs there, or something like that, where it's like that's rare loot over there, but it's
Yeah,
very
like we
hard to go
discussed
through.
previously,
Right.
maybe they could do, this would make a lot of sense to have it a pure PvP space where it's more like Twitch reflexes, something
Right.
hardcore.
Just drop in.
Because, yeah, exactly.
Mm.
I don't know
Well,
if
I like that.
I don't know if any of you guys remember Dying Light, but I think it'd be kind of like that, because like in Dying Light you could go onto the bridge, but you couldn't go to the other side. I believe, but you could just stay on
Right.
one side by the city. So it could be something
Well,
like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
If you think about it, as we know, like this is, if it's successful, this game, they want it to be a franchise, a series, So maybe we could see Brooklyn in the second game. Maybe that's why
true.
that's why it's not in this one now. We don't know if it doesn't turn out to be in the full game or in DLC. Then I would expect it to be in the next game, because I think they would want to continue that path of New York around that area and then expand that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
So
I
there's
would
a-
see it. I would see it that way, where Brooklyn would probably be your new starting point, and then it expands outside of the New York City area from there.
Ooh, yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Um,
But I
That would be
But I
sweet.
wanted to mention this, Pat, real fast.
Yeah.
There's also going to be free DLC and
Well, I was just
free
about to get to that,
add-ons
yeah.
and updates.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I was actually going to get to that because the other
Okay, go
stuff
ahead.
we can also expect, and this is according also to a Charlie and Top article. So what they also mentioned is that we'll be getting an exclusive sawed-off shotgun,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
new outfits, new weapon skins, and monthly perks and exclusive content drops and events. And like Robbie said, also there's going to be free content provided throughout the game. So even if you don't get the season pass, you will still get free DLC. Just what that is compared to what you're paying for, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
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 I'm
we just answered the
excited
question.
to see what those events are going to be.
Yeah, same here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're really big, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that'd
make
be cool.
it worth it. Because I want to see something that's like, I'd like to see missions that take you into the co-op space and then lead up into the dark zone.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
thought
Cool.
that would always be interesting, where it's like the boss is in the dark zone, and while you're on this mission, you're facing AI and you're going on a story, but other players can sort of hinder you or help you
Or help you.
once you get to that final stage. I thought that would be.
That would be.
So now we kind of know what
Uh-oh,
we're
we get cut off?
Hopefully, it'll be,
Getting some cutoffs here.
Dropping out.
Okay.
Are we okay?
We're all good?
We're dropping out, everyone.
No.
We're going into. We're just going into the dark zone. It's just rebooting.
Even the
Hold on.
podcast is glitching.
I
It's
like
the
finished my
pandemic.
sentence. I finished my
Reboot.
sentence, and I hear nothing. And then I thought, that was a really bad idea.
Just
I
like
must have given like the.
just podcast
So-
reboot.
It was right, and it was right when you said the most brilliant thing, right?
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm like everything
Next
went quiet
topic.
and I freaked the hell out. I'm like, oh no, no.
Yeah.
Well, all of us were silent for like a good 5 seconds, and it was like, oh,
well,
I know.
it's
like, what's
normal,
going on?
man. We're still in your podcast, so you know.
Yeah,
Things happen. All right, so next topic, obviously we spoke about gameplay, our reactions, that kind of stuff. Now this is a pretty controversial topic, for one of many actually that we're talking about. But the PC version, as we already mentioned, there's been some talks about it getting hacked.
Right. Well, it's not actually a hack.
No,
Hamish confirmed.
yeah, well, I was gonna say I kind of know what happened. I saw like kind of bits in there, but maybe for those in our actual podcast who's played on PC, I didn't personally, so I can't really talk about it. But Gabe, Matt, did anyone else play on PC? I think Evan, you did as well.
I played for a little bit just to see how my PC would run it on Ultra. Got about 15 frames per second because my PC's a piece of shit.
Oh, really?
Rip.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I tried on
so-
PC for
But
a
it
little
still
bit,
ran
but
Ultra.
I missed my controller. I love my controller.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, if you guys want to discuss your experience on PC, and did you run into that at all? Like, did you run into any sort of hack that or anything like that happened on the PC version?
Well, we
like
talked
saw?
about that a little bit already.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about that earlier, and we said that we definitely ran into it more than once.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely a problem, and Hamish said that it was just a glitch that people are
Right.
exploiting. So
Yeah.
no hacking is really going on. A lot of people are throwing that word around, but it's confirmed that it's not a hack. It's actually just
Yeah.
a glitch, and people are exploiting it.
Yeah.
And
So-
this is why they're doing a beta.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And
Yeah.
if you want, I'm going to move in on to the next topic, just so we get things rolling
Right.
a little bit.
Right.
This is really exciting. I actually tweeted this out today, and it was a screenshot. I don't know the language. I'm not too sure if it's Spanish, but it says that the Division beta will have a second beta, and it will actually be open, and it'll be coming
Yeah.
February 16th through the 21st. Now, this is not like officially confirmed, but this was just
Right.
a picture floating around, and
actually have
people are
that,
getting
right?
hyped. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can show that, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
originally
my
comes
buddy
from
did.
the official Xbox Italy Facebook page that accidentally posted out. So it is in some way official, but we don't know if it's a mistake. If there's a reason why they pulled it, they could be changing the date. But it does indicate that we could be getting an open beta this time. You don't have to have a pre-order, and you don't have to have a code
Yeah.
to enter an open beta. So that
There it is.
That was That got me hyped.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Tons of
but-
players
I'm,
flooding.
I don't know about
Okay.
you guys.
But,
I'm gonna be playing the shit out of Homefront: The Revolutions beta because I got accepted into that the other day, and
Oh,
You did? I didn't
Yeah.
even get my
Alright.
email.
I got
Dang
my
it.
I got my email. And
I'm so jealous of you.
yeah, then 2 days after that, I got to do more Division, and now I'm gonna be stuck in this room for longer than I thought.
Isn't life hard for you? I'm just so
Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, speaking of the possible open beta, what do you guys think will be Xbox only, or do you think it'll be all platforms? And
I
like,
think
also,
it'll
what,
be
do
all
you- what
It says they're
Yeah.
gonna do a 24-hour. Once again, you can see it right beneath where it says open
Right, it
beta.
says- Yeah, yeah.
It says accesso
Oh.
exclusive or something. I don't know.
That
well,
was
what do you
basically
guys?
the same as what we just did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so
What
Xbox
do you-
users would get it first.
So this one will be
Right.
a little.
Yeah.
This one will be actually a little bit longer than the one we just had.
Right.
It's a week long.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
16th
yeah.
through 21st.
From what, a Monday to a Saturday,
I think so.
or Monday to a Sunday?
I don't believe it.
Well,
I'm having a hard time believing this. That'd be
And
crazy.
It's a week.
No, and
That'd
that's
be amazing.
That's what I was telling a friend of mine. He texted me while I was at work, and I was like, "All right, sweet." Turned around, looked at the calendar behind my desk, and I was like, "So Monday through Friday, damn,
That's a
great.
How's that
I'm
possible?
gonna call in sick to work. You know,
well,
first,
oh,
first
yeah.
time,
Oh.
first time in 7 years, I got the date.
Then you return to work and they're like, "You're fired." No, I'm just kidding.
I'll show up with bags under my eyes. They'll probably be like, "You need a few more days."
well, I was
These are my
gonna,
gaming bags.
Exactly.
although it'd be
Badges
cool.
of honor.
Oh, well, Patrick, you go ahead.
My bags hold my eyes up.
I just wanted to quickly also bring up that for those who are not aware, the closed beta it will be ending tonight in about 9 hours.
Yep.
No.
no.
Now I'm depressed. Thanks, Pat.
The only reason why I know this, the only reason why I know this is because right now it's almost going to be 1 p.m. my time, and it ends at 10 p.m. at night. So that's 9 hours away. So the beta will end in about 9 hours. Closed beta. But like I was saying about the open beta, what do you guys think we'll see in it? Like, do you think it'll be the same as the closed beta, just now more like, obviously access to more people? Is it enough time really with such a day that if this open beta happens, it ends?
Oh, I
onto the
have an
game?
idea about that, Pat. I think that it could actually be something where they do events, because as I recall, Destiny, near the tail end of their beta, I don't know, did they hold 2 betas or 1? I can't remember, but anyway.
They had an alpha for PS4 too.
Okay, yeah, but towards the tail end of their testing, they
Yeah.
started holding these event tests where they said, we want you guys on this part of the map participating in this event. We want you stressing the heck out of the servers, and I think that's what they're going to do. Possibly, is introduce some sort of public events that are like dynamic
That would be cool.
Right.
to really test them out.
If you want, I'll throw up a few questions from the chat. Nimble says, do you guys think that the Division will have squad creation / squad management feature?
It kind of already does.
Yeah, it does with the group management.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
kind of
I
Yeah.
think
I do that.
well, they could also probably mean like a clan system, like maybe sort of like what Destiny does with a fire team. Could we see a website dedicated to that where people can get together if they need to do something, join clans, that kind of thing? Do you guys? Yes, he says not group management.
Not group management. Yeah.
I think he means like clan system. But do you guys think we'll see anything like that happening? Sort of like the social club for Rockstar, pretty much as well.
Possibly.
Maybe. I'm not too sure. Yeah, wasn't there an indication that we would see? Wasn't there a screenshot somewhere where there were clan tags already in the game?
right.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it's like kind of how in the like the different demos and everything that a lot of you guys have gotten to play, how you would have like, say, you would be part of the Knight group or the Rook group or the Queen group, like something like that, where it's a team name and then your gamer tag
Right.
Or the Lube Club.
or the
The Lube Club, yeah.
inside jokes for the win,
That's an inside joke.
I don't know
which
what
sounds terrible when you're talking about the Lube Club.
It does sound awful.
It's
Someone named our Skype chat and was messing with us, the Lube Club, and we're all freaking out over here like, why? What's happening?
Come on.
Fear,
We don't
yeah.
want to be this club.
just also
Maybe
a
you
couple
guys don't.
a couple more topics that we've got here. obviously we haven't really spoken about not as much, but about the graphics of the game.
Okay, yeah.
What do you guys think? Like, again, that's why I said controversial topic, graphics. We mentioned in our last podcast about people talking about downgrade.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
with
let's
that, we've
start out
played
with
the
the
beta.
PC. What do you think about the graphics, Matt?
Okay, 5 words. The downgrade is a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I'll tell you, talking about the PC experience just a little bit, I got myself a new GTX 970 graphics card, GPU, just like a couple days before the beta dropped. Had that puppy installed in here, and I actually had some stability problems on Friday.
All right.
And was
Bummer.
kind of bummed out going into Saturday, going like, oh god, because I mean, like it would be fine sometimes for a while, and then it would crash, and then it would just keep crashing out of the game. I finally figured out, like, I actually had to underclock my GPU, and now it's all stable. But man,
Weird.
it's yeah, it's really weird, but man, it's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
There's
I
some
definitely
time,
have
like
to
I cranked my
agree with that.
settings up, and be some times where there'd be fog or the snow coming in, and just the way the light reflects through the fog or the snow.
Yeah.
Oh, when those whiteouts came by.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Beautiful, yeah.
And Keelan, you're on PS4, right?
I was on PS4, yeah.
How's
And
your
sun-
experience? Because you're the only one on
sunrises.
PS4.
What
I'm
about
the only- yeah.
sunrises? Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
come into the dark zone, the sun is like rising behind that big wall, and you drop.
Yeah.
And it
It's like,
gets
oh my
good,
God.
like, I don't want to say glare, but like the way it feathers at the edges of the light when it comes between buildings and everything was really nice. And that was on the
it looks
PS4
so
that I got
real.
to see it.
My favorite
was
part
not-
of it is the nighttime,
Yes.
Mhm.
when you see the
Um,
Christmas lights turning on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely have to agree. Like for someone who, like, I was supposed to be playing it on PS4 as well this week. I was going to join Gillen, but bad timing. I had to repair the PS4 because it wouldn't take my discs at all. But luckily I played on Xbox, and it looked amazing on Xbox. Like, especially like I put up a couple screenshots on my Twitter account where I was outside. I just walked out of the dark zone, and you just see the sun glaring at you, and it looked amazing. Like, I'm happy with how it looks.
I actually have a screenshot up right now on
Yeah, I'm
Xbox
looking
One
at it.
right there, and just the
Ooh.
way
Yes.
like the fog
Oh,
affects
you-
through the sunlight, and even
Yes.
the minor effects, you can see like little snow particles and all that. Like, and over by like the hot dog stand over there, you can just see some fog on the morning ground. It's just, I don't know how they managed to do all of it, but they did. And
Pixie
Who
dust.
wants a dark zone hot dog?
yeah.
That's the last place I would eat.
smallpox free.
You were immune
I-
before, you're not
Last-
anymore.
Last hot dog you will ever eat.
They will still charge $10 for it. I bet you.
Well, I ran
Yeah.
into the a pretzel cart when I was playing the game, and I took a photo of that also, and I posted up on. I should have posted it on Twitter, I think. But when I was walking through a building, I ran into a pretzel cart. It was the funniest thing, you know. And I was like, oh hell yeah! But yeah. So overall, from what we're saying, pretty much we're happy with how it looks, you know, on various platforms and all that. Hopefully at launch, it's like that or better.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
And
it's not without its issues, but
Mhm.
considering the system that it's on and the limitations that system
Yeah.
has just from the hardware,
Right.
especially when you're in the dark zone and you know you got a firefight going on, you're not paying attention to the graphics.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
paying attention.
Yeah,
to who's staying
right.
You
alive.
don't care about that window's not reflecting correctly. You're cared about getting shot in the ass.
Yeah, no, of course.
Exactly.
And we don't even know if that's what the beta is, if that's the, because I know that they're pushing the consoles to their limits, like they're going to max it out. So we don't even know if that's what it looks like maxed out. It could look better
Right?
than
Yeah,
that.
it's still beta.
Yeah.
But also, speaking of, like, you know, that kind of thing, did any of you guys run into any sort of frame rate issues? Like, I know for me, at least, when I was playing on Xbox, when I entered the dark zone, it was a bit choppy, and then sometimes throughout the game, the frame rate would drop, like, just by one. Like, it wasn't crazy drop, but it's noticeable
Right.
drop.
yeah.
Yeah, I
did-
only noticed
I
when
didn't
you
notice
enter
anything.
into the dark zone, but I
Yeah.
think that's probably because the server's loading up more than anything
Yeah.
else. But other than that,
Yeah.
I'm just shocked at how well it runs on the Xbox One.
Yeah, it's scary.
Exactly. Yeah. Also, so the next topic I want to talk about was we got mentioned the story Green Poison Radio at the Dark Zone Safe House.
Oh yeah.
So I'm assuming, was that you, Evan, or?
No, that was me actually.
I did not
wrote
put that in
down.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's because if you go into the safe house in the dark zone, a radio starts to play, and then you start to hear this this guy. I don't know if he's named at all, but he just starts to say all this stuff about the poison and stuff like that, and then he refers to it, the disease, as a green poison, and how the government released it.
Yeah, it's a mutated version of smallpox, or
probably, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Yes,
Yeah.
I did hear that little bit.
Yeah. So that's what I discussed. So did you guys like notice or pick up anything that was affiliated with the story?
Yeah, the thing about the story for me was the side missions with the echoes.
Yes.
They had an echo. I
Those
can't
were
remember
amazing.
what her name was, but
The one with April?
she was in the. I don't know. In the echo, she was playing the guitar.
oh, that's
and then you follow her
Heather,
story.
Heather
Heather.
Lau.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You follow her story till you get to her apartment, and then you find her, and you see that she has tons of guitars at her apartment. I thought that attention to detail was so fantastic. It felt like I was in a living world. That was to the point where I was lost in the game, and I was experimenting with single player. And yeah, I just completely got lost. So that's one thing I
Exactly.
really appreciated.
The thing that
Exactly.
I loved about that is at the end of the mission, you get there, you did Agent Fei Lau's little personal mission for her, and then it's like, okay, cool, she's safe. Now we got to get her back to base. And like for half a second, my heart dropped because I was like, please, no escort missions.
Oh yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
very next thing you hear, I'm sending a JTF crew to come and pick her up. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
right?
you.
I was like, oh, yes.
Grab my stuff and get out.
Bye bye.
Have a nice day. Peace.
I do have to say that like with the whole ecosystem, I thought that was amazing. Just like how the screen changes, like it turns like blue and
Yeah.
it, makes,
Yeah.
it gets you immersed. And that's also another thing I want to say. I'm talking about is the immersion. How at least for me, I don't know about you guys, but I actually turned off my HUD completely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did that.
I did too.
Yeah.
Mini map.
I don't know how
Minimap-
you guys play. Don't you have your HUD on at least when
No.
you're in the dark zone, though?
I had
No.
I had my radar, my ammo counter, and that was it. Once I got to max
Okay.
level, I turned that off because there's no point in looking at it anymore because in the beta. And also,
Okay.
I turned the damage numbers off people's heads because that's kind of annoying, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Although,
like to
it's
see all the
during-
numbers.
Yeah.
During a whiteout, it's kind of
it kind of
nice
helps.
to know that
yeah.
you actually hit someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys run into any Easter eggs? I know there's been a couple in there that they've circulated around, like like the goggles from Splinter Cell.
Right.
Another massive game, or like the box for another massive game.
Yeah,
was in there.
I found
didn't-
one that wasn't mentioned, actually.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
it's a poster of the survival guide for the Division.
Ooh,
I've seen
Yeah.
that. I've
Yes.
seen that.
Yeah. So I was like, what? No one mentioned this? I was like, look, it's right there. And then I looked on Amazon, and there it was. And I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I still have
I
that
mean-
pre-ordered.
yeah.
I didn't
Probably-
I didn't notice anything, but somebody in the feed earlier was mentioning apparently there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
pizza box, and then there's nunchucks
Okay.
on top.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Come on
And
now. Like,
I was too busy like scrounging around trying to find all the damn collectibles to look for the Easter egg.
I tried following
Yeah.
the rats and see if they would take me to any loot. And they did take me into a building, though, that
That's
actually did
smart.
contain loot.
That's pretty cool.
But I mean,
oh.
I've tried it several times and it doesn't work every time. But I thought that would be such a cool system to have if the rats always took you somewhere.
I never
Yeah.
thought
Oh
of
my
that.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would always shoot them.
That's how you find the candy bars and canned foods to give to the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would actually make a lot of sense if they were gathering around food items and you can actually follow them back to their little nest or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're
Jorge
hoarders or
pointed out-
not.
My buddy Jorge pointed out that it was hilarious that that one market by the base of operations has like bags of food in it. Like there's like huge bags of like rice and stuff like that in there. Yet people are walking around in the streets collapsing from
Yeah.
starvation.
it's like just go inside
Like,
the
I'm
store. It's right there.
I'm sorry, it's not to your standards.
So, I just wanted to find out what are your guys' reaction for like I found out recently that the Division was actually one of them. I think it's actually number one right now, the most played game on Twitch, the beta.
Wow.
What do you guys think of it? It beat League of Legends, which I heard there was a tournament for that happening right now. But what do you guys think of that? That's pretty insane for a beta like to be played. The demand's been so crazy to the fact that they couldn't even get a lot of people in.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be a part
Yeah.
of it. If
Well,
that's
you
the
see,
case.
yeah, you see with Twitch, like there's like the main streamers on there, like Summit1G, Lyric, and behind them are many other like mainstream streamers. If they all play that game's instantly gonna get pushed up on the ranks because they easily get like 10K plus viewers per session. So
Yeah.
and like say it's like midnight on a Tuesday, if somebody's getting 10,000 viewers, they're gonna be on top of the list.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's very easy with figures like that
Yeah.
to make a game on the top of Twitch. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
That's
think-
what
I'm
it-
curious to see
Right.
how it will sell. You know,
I am too.
The
to
game.
be
I think
honest.
I think
I
Nimble Plays is called it. Look in the feed. She says it's gonna be break record, or I don't know if it's a he or she, but yeah, I think it's gonna break records. Absolutely.
I do
Definitely
too.
will.
I do
Well,
too.
And this-
the initial wave
Exactly.
of the Sleeper Agent edition sold out like how many
Yeah.
days after E3 announced it?
yeah,
I'm
sure.
one of those people.
Yeah, no, I went like straight from that first night that I met you guys there at the Uplay Lounge when we had the event over there. The next day, I went right after work. I went to the local GameStop by me to drop down for my pre-order, and the lady was like, "It's not coming up in our system," and I was like, "It damn well better be." She was like, "Yeah, we're not. It's like locked out of pre-orders. Apparently, our store is not going to get any more copies." And I was like, "All right, then I'm going to pre-purchase it and have you deliver it. I'm getting my damn beta key." You know?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so true. Like it's like the demand for it, especially since beta, has been over the moon. Like I can't imagine what the developers are just thinking right now. Just how
Cha-ching.
how
Right.
yeah, like
About to get a money
they
cut.
must like they
All I do is win, 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 win.
like they must be so proud and honored. Like the fact just to see how much people are so interested into it. Like, cause we can't lie. We've seen it before where people have said oh, it's taking too long forever to come out. I've lost interest. The beta came out, boom, it exploded. It's like the next coming of Christ coming or something. That's what it felt like. It was,
Yeah,
it was insane.
The interest has gone in waves where it's like it's huge hype around new releases and everything like that, and then it levels out. It never really drops below a certain level, but then
Exactly.
every time something new comes, we get more members to the community, and the fact that our community is as close knit as it is, I can't think of any other games that have a community like that before the
exactly.
game
I don't-
comes
I know,
out.
I don't
right?
see-
They
I
did
don't
such a
see
good
any.
job with that.
Yeah.
It's like they
Hashtag
almost
community
planned that. They really wanted core community members to be together, which I think is so smart.
Yeah,
like,
Exactly. And speaking of the Sleeper Agent edition, it's even like for me over here in Australia, it's sold out everywhere. You can't buy it anymore, and they've already confirmed midnight launches, so that's going to be pretty insane. I'll definitely be attending that. But it's just crazy to think how it sold out so quick, and now we've actually got the Strategic Homeland Division edition also added to our local stores.
Yeah.
Essentially the gold edition, but
Okay, I was going to ask what that one entailed compared to.
oh, well, it's essentially the gold edition, and it comes with a steelbook, which looks amazing. Like I don't know,
I've seen the steelbook. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much that's what it is. But it is pretty cool. I just wanted to also talk about what we got here. Talk about the Dark Zone.
Okay, I think we did we give our opinions about the Dark Zone? Do you guys think, or
A little
Not to the
bit.
fullest, I don't think, but
Mentioned
Yeah.
little snippets, but not a full discussion about Dark
Yeah.
Zone.
yeah.
Did any of you guys run into like pretty sweet loot in there, or like how was your
Couple
experience?
Good couple times.
Yeah.
I'd say it's really good so far. It just needs a bit of balancing with PvP, to be honest.
Yeah, with the
Right.
exception of that one group that just squatted and like outnumbered everybody like 4-1. It was overall it was a good experience. I still hope that they do something more to give a little more finesse to how you're tagged rogue, because it still seems a little too easy with accidental fire right now.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
insane. I mean, I went up against, it was me and my friends, and we were only, I think it was only with two of them, and altogether we're only four, and we went up against a group of 7 people.
Yeah, that's what happened with me and the people that I was playing with, because I was playing with some of the other people with the involved in the web series.
Oh,
And,
cool.
Yeah, the director was on there with me, and the co-creator and his younger brother, they're actually the guys who got me into the game when it was first announced, so I owe them a lot. But yeah, we were playing, and then it was like 2 groups of 4 that were just squatting and all went rogue together, and it's like, you assholes.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not how it works.
I definitely had an
but
experience where we were
made for
taking on
some
some
intense and interesting encounters, so...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt.
I definitely had an experience where we were taking on some NPCs, and this other group was kind of coming up behind us. And one of the guys, like, I was in this little corner where I had cover, like there was a car, and then there was this thing, and this guy literally like squeezed himself into that corner in front of my gun. So I was shooting him. I was like all scoped in and everything, and so I didn't even realize it. And it's like, oh, you have gone rogue. And
Yeah, that happened to me. That exact same thing happened to me. I was aiming for some AI, and a dude just stepped in front of me, bam, right in his head, and I was rogue instantly. And I was in a group too. We were screwed.
Yeah.
I do have to admit, Robbie, the times I was playing with you, when you went rogue randomly, that was me killing other players.
Really? You sneak.
I believe that, considering the warning you gave me, I totally believe you did something like that.
Okay. Also, I just wanted to do a quick plug here. Like obviously everyone knows, a lot of us why we're known for the Division. Like, Robbie does videos, Matt is cosplay, that kind of thing. Killen, do you want to kind of expand to what you really are?
Yeah, sure. Do? Okay, so my initial foray into the world of the Division ended up coming with cosplay, which is actually my first cosplay, believe it or not. And that was because my buddy Jorge and his brother Javi were down here for WonderCon, I believe, or Comic-Con. And they were talking about, it would be, pretty easy just to, grab some tack gear and our airsofts and cosplay as these guys. And I was like, yeah, but what about the Clancy tech, Mm-hmm. And the first thing that they were talking about was like, well, how would you make the watch? Like 2 days later, I had the initial pre-prototype.
Yeah.
And then Jorge and I just started, talking, and it became like an obsession after that, where I was like, okay, I'm gonna research these, these pouches and these airsofts, and I'm gonna like create my own agent where it's like I'm thinking myself in that situation, like what would I wear? And in that process, Jorge and I were like, oh man, we could do like, we could do a little fan film. And I can't remember, I think it was me, so it's my fault. Sorry, Jorge. One of us mentioned, screw that, let's do like a little mini web series. And like, there was like maybe 20 minutes where he and I were on Skype, just messaging back and forth, and I wasn't replying back because we were just typing. And then he's like, you son of a bitch, you're writing right now, aren't you? And I was like, check your email. I got the pilot episode down for you.
He knows
and
you
then
well.
right after that, we worked out what's going to be for the second episode, which we just heard back from the actors that we cast as the agents for that. So we're hoping to film, I think, second week of March is when we're going to film that one.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
So it's a 2-day shoot. Hopefully we can have that up by the end of March if we can do it
That'd be
efficiently.
awesome.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
But,
in the chat, in the
It's
chat
the
we have episode
cosplay-
1 for you right there.
Yeah.
Yep, I was gonna say. Speaking of that, I linked you guys episode 1 of his little web series.
You did that. Yeah, you did that last time too. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep spreading it.
Check
It's
it
that bloody
out,
good.
guys.
But yeah,
That's funny.
it started off with a simple question of how would we cosplay as these dudes, and then turned into me spending I don't know how much money. Like I bought pretty much all the airsoft props and all the like the bags and the tack gear and everything like that. I purchased all that.
Wow.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I got like an actual. I don't know if I think I have the picture of it on my Twitter, where I actually took a crate that I got from a local Walmart, and I just emptied everything out of it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I put like all of my gear from my cosplay. That's my loot crate.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I put the sticker on it, and that's where I keep everything in there. And I just gotta like
Nice.
revise it because it's not gonna have.
I
enough
gotta
room
get into cosplay. You're making
It's
me
like
want to
a-
get into cosplay
I
now.
want to
Yeah, I
cosplay
kinda-
so bad.
I kind of wanted to do that for New York Comic Con. I
Yeah,
kind of
oh,
wanted
that-
to go dressed up as a Division agent.
Yeah, the WonderCon that I dressed up, I was the only person there. who was doing it, but everybody was like, "Oh, hey, what's a Matt?
Look
I
at
love
that.
it. I love it."
Matt's
Matt.
got his bag.
I swear that thing is like insane. How identical it looks like in the game.
want
like,
one.
It's
Still-
like Jesus.
That
Make
reminds
me one.
Right?
still-
Make me one.
I still owe one for Hamish. I promised him at E3. I was like, "Dude, I already got the designs down. We're gonna send you one." So Hamish, if you're listening,
They're
we'll-
not too hard to make.
Well,
Okay, cool.
I know Dave's been sending stuff out to the studio.
Yeah.
I think he sent them that little turret that he made, so that was pretty awesome. I suppose he got that past customs, you know.
I remember that thing.
Yeah, they were supposed to have gone. I think there was an issue with them being sent when you
Yeah.
all were down here. Because it was going to be, I think it was going to be the Seeker mine also that he was supposed to, or that he intended
Yeah.
to give to them.
Yeah, I like his
So
secret
Pat,
Oh
design.
yeah.
That
So,
man.
Pat, do you think we should
Sphero.
do some
Uh,
fan questions?
Yes.
Sure.
Let's see, what do we
I
got?
was gonna
Right,
actually
yeah.
I just wanted to actually bring up
Oh shit!
just
Okay.
quickly again
I
about
didn't
the
notice
dark
you were
side.
there.
What?
No, Jorge, the other guy involved in the thing. I didn't know
Oh.
he was.
Oh.
Oh, he's
I was in
here.
the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the
just
chat?
Yeah.
Also about
Jorge Adam.
so just about the Dark Zone again. Obviously we've been hearing about these division, the Dark Zone keys. I think it was they call them.
Right.
Have any of you been able to get any of those open in crates, anything like that? Because I know A-Rex made a video about it.
I actually
Only-
did tonight. I
only
actually
once,
managed to
yeah.
open a crate.
Oh, you did?
What
I was like, finally.
I didn't
I
even
opened
find a
one.
fucking
I
crate.
opened one.
What was in it?
Eric's,
Like-
Eric's put up a
What-
video where he shows like all 5 locations.
Yeah.
So, but what's
So hard
actually
to find
what,
them.
what do you get out of the reward though? Like, what exactly are they good loot or something? Because I never got it.
1,000 Dark Zone currency credits.
Yeah.
Ah,
And then you
okay.
sometimes get loot.
So enough to buy
Actual
a gun.
Hmm.
Okay, because when you kill rogue agents, you don't get that much. Like, you get probably half of that, don't you, when you kill them?
Yeah, barely any. It's like scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
300, 100.
yeah. Also, I just wanted to bring up, Matt. Do you have anything to show us this week, photo-wise, or anything from your
We do have
What's
another
that?
photo to
We
show.
do. Yep.
Go ahead.
I can bring that up right.
Yeah.
And it'll just take a sec for the delay to go away.
Yeah, it's an amazing
So-
picture, though. I
It
mean,
is
Well,
quite amazing.
That
Jesus.
last
Well-
one that you guys showed was beautifully done.
Which
Yeah.
oh, on the oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I like the one that's the back of your like where you
There it
the
is.
camera's
Where I'm
facing
holding the
back.
mask.
There it is
Yeah.
right
Oh,
there.
man, that's awesome.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That is epic.
This one, he's trying to recreate that poster where like there's the 3
Yeah,
agents.
The three
kinda-
agents, right?
Absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
He succeeded.
He
You
did
know,
You should
very
just
well.
cloned yourself. You should just cloned yourself here and made 3 agents. 3
No,
men.
no,
yeah.
I was gonna say we'll get Dave to take a photo and we can Photoshop it in it, and then that way we can have 2 different
Ooh.
people. That'd be cool.
That'd be
That would
sweet.
be sweet. Yeah.
Is that a
Yeah.
real patch? From...
Actually, no. We should do that with all the cosplayers and comp them all into a shot.
Yeah,
Oh,
That'd
that's
That
cool.
would be amazing.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Is that a
love
real
that.
division patch, or is that like? Did you make?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. All right, you got the.
That's the
info?
one that Yannick sent you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, official.
That was so great that he did. I was so glad that he was able to send you something since you couldn't make it out to LA. at
Oh
that time.
yeah, man. I was like, he's like, yeah, we're gonna send you a little something. I was like, oh, okay, great. I thought it was gonna be like, just a little thank you, just like a little thing, and then like boom, like there was patches and poster and the little excerpt, the book excerpt,
The
the
newspaper
survival
wasn't it?
guide.
Right.
Yeah, and
yeah,
the
yeah.
newspaper. Yeah.
Yeah, I
was
gotta
just like,
send
okay.
Evan that. I gotta send Evan my patch. I promised I'd send it to him. If I
Yeah,
got
it's,
that.
shipping's expensive as fuck.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like $30.
It's like $20 from
Um,
Australia to US,
Oh, jeez.
Yes, exactly.
but it's worth it.
Another
But it's worth it.
another 2 newspapers I want to quickly bring up. Well, not really newspapers, but how do you guys think the game's gonna get rated at full release from IGN, GameSpot? Those kind of outlets. Like, do you guys honestly think we'll get a 10, a 7? Like, what do you honestly think we'll end up getting?
10 out of 10.
An
They're
honest,
gonna crank it to 11.
an honest answer.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Real-
Like, we're being
Hmm.
honest here. No, it's us. We're being honest here. What do you guys reckon it'll be rated?
I'm gonna give
I
it
think it's going to be a lot like Destiny. I think it's
Yeah,
going to be
be
mixed reviews.
like a 7 or
What
8.
Yeah.
What did
Yeah,
Destiny
that's
get?
what
Do we
I
know?
think is going to happen.
Like,
Because,
yeah.
you know, reviewers are so picky.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
They're
I've
gonna-
played
they're gonna
games
tear it
that have
apart.
gotten 6s and 7s, and I love them. Like, I absolutely
yeah.
love them. I remember when Dying Light came out, I just fell in love with that game, and then I saw some of the reviews, and I'm like, I do not listen to these guys at all.
Yeah.
I play what I
What did
want
they
to play.
What did that actually get?
It got 7s, 8s. Some people gave it 9s. Like, who
Can I-
cares? You know?
I just want to say quickly with that game, that deserves, for the studio themselves, they get a 10 out of 10 because
Yeah,
I don't know if you've
yeah.
been-
That's,
I don't know if
they're
you've
so
been following-
talented.
no, not just that, just how they're handling everything. Like their next expansion is going to be free if you have the season pass. Just little things like that is just mind-boggling. I wish more developers are like that. I really hope
Yeah.
the future leads to that. Like that's the kind of thing what we need. And also, like what Ubisoft did on Rainbow Six Siege, free maps. People need to be more like that.
Yeah, tomorrow. Or I don't know if it's tonight. At
Today.
12
Ooh.
At 12 o'clock, right? If that's right.
Well, it's 1:20 in the afternoon for me now. It should be up the map right now, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
But
Unless
technically,
they're trying-
at midnight, the DLC should drop, and I am very hyped for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The new operators.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
But do we know if it's going to be dropped midnight your time, or even though technically it's 1:20 in the afternoon for me right now, it should be dropped and then you'll get it after? Because usually we still get stuff ahead of you guys either way.
Well, I
Or-
will find out.
Yeah. So yeah. Also, there was some news saying that Hamish says that the full weapon list should be out very soon.
Yeah, I actually asked him on
Yep.
on the Twitch chat, and he
Ooh.
was
Mhm.
yeah, he was I forgot how we came about it, but he just said it randomly. Either someone said it in the questions, and they were just like, he was like, yeah, a full weapons list. All right, yeah, the team is gonna work on one or whatever. He said something
really?
like that. So
They're
I don't,
actually going to release that?
yeah, well, that's what he said. He was like,
Oh.
oh, weapons list. Yeah, that
At
would be a
some-
good
maybe-
idea.
at some
maybe-
point, he just
maybe in
didn't
like
say
a-
when.
Yeah, maybe in like a game guide or something, like one
Yeah,
of those
yeah.
books, kind of like for
I,
Fallout.
I
4
don't
and
expect it to be soon, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I expect it maybe
No,
in
I don't
this
think so
open
either.
beta, maybe. I
Late
don't know.
February. Actually, yeah, that would be the perfect time to.
Yeah, during the open beta, maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I know
Well-
he worded it, and he said that a weapons list is coming. So
That'd be cool.
Well,
Sweet.
do you think that do you think for the open beta we'll see exactly what we've seen in the closed beta, or do you think there'll be anything new in it, or what do you reckon?
I hope there's something new.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just to test the game. So
Mm.
throwing in some new things really wouldn't hurt. I mean, yeah, of course it will be a little bit spoiled because now we'll know what else is there outside of the beta zone. But
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if they can just show a little bit more. I mean, just to just for us,
Just a
closed
little bit
beta
more,
play-
just a bit
yeah.
more.
I
Just
would like to
little
see
tease.
more of the features of it, like more like the customization for your agent at the beginning, or at least get the crafting in there, because I had a ton of materials for crafting.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, they
yeah.
didn't have the
I would like
graphic
to
in there.
experience that.
Yeah, I want to see.
Yeah,
Do
they
you
may
guys,
do that, actually.
Do you guys think that when it comes to weapons, we could see something close to what Ghost Recon usually offers, like the same kind of weapon types, or do you think there'll be anything crazy that's only for the division, or like what are you guys expecting from that? Like especially since that they're going to be crossing over with Rainbow Six Siege in the whole Uplay thing. So
Oh wait, you mean the weapons for the division?
yeah.
Well-
Like, what do you expect?
I expect modern and World War II.
World War
Yeah.
II. I was
Yeah.
just going to mention that. Also, one of their artworks that they released had like an old repeater Winchester.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Really?
Ooh.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll experiment with some, finding some sort of older weapon in there.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wild
hey.
Wild West.
That'd be
New
awesome.
York City.
I'm just happy that from what I've seen in the beta, my favorite weapons are in there, so I'm cool with whatever else they put in there. I'm happy. I got to see the Vector, the MP5, MP7.
Yeah, the MP5 is in there, but it's so weak.
Yeah.
I'm like, pfft,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I
And-
gotta move.
Oh,
Technically, the M416, but they call it the P416. I think maybe just due to licensing or something. But that's so I'm happy with the setup personally. Like when it comes to weapons, like it's pretty cool with what they have so far. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's going to
Yeah.
be a boatload of weapons, apparently.
Oh yeah.
Like a
Oh,
boatload.
I would hope so.
Boatload.
So
Yeah.
I'm very
Oh,
happy. I'm pretty sure all the weapons I have in my head are probably there. So it's like kind of
Yeah.
funny.
You see,
Well-
some part in my head, because it's just like go back to my Battlefield days. It's just screaming. I want like a heavy sniper, but I know they're not going to include something like that.
Yeah. I don't think they'll, when it comes to the snipers, I think they'll stick to like DMRs.
Mhm.
And that's the
So
thing.
we have a
Yeah.
quick announcement here. Matt needs to leave.
I got to drop out a little early, guys.
All right, no
It was
worries.
great having you, man, and I've got to also go very soon.
Yeah, not a
So we
problem.
should probably wrap this up with fan questions. But Matt, it was great having you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
thanks,
wrap it up
guys.
with questions. But yeah.
Yeah, brother, it was good to finally talk to you.
Yeah.
We've only been going back and forth. How many months now?
Oh god. Well, I mean, it's so
yeah,
long.
the cosplay is actually how Matt and I met each other.
Yeah,
I
we
started
first
a
met
thread
each
on the
other on that-
RPF forum.
The
That's how the
RPF.
guys
cool.
got wind of me. Was
Oh,
when I
really?
did Matt.
Okay.
And Matt was like, "Hey, I've been wanting to cosplay. I was, stuck on how to do this. What did you do?"
Yep.
And then he jumped up on the thread, and a couple of other people have joined us. I know SHD Blast and
Yeah.
a couple of other people that are, we're all using the thread for all of our cosplays, and it's a nice little group. That's
Well,
over there.
and I'm just gonna give a little shout out to Blast because he's actually doing a cleaner cosplay now too.
Ooh.
I saw the
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah,
I gotta see that.
I saw the photo that he took of.
Wait, are you talking about
Hey,
like...
I found this stuff in the garage. Check it out.
Now,
Yeah.
here's the thing, though, does he have his
Yeah.
own garbage truck? Does he have his own
Yeah.
garbage truck? He has to have that.
Come to
No,
me.
wait,
Or it doesn't count at all.
Just steal a garbage truck. It's fine.
Yeah.
When you
Park it
when
in
you
your
say
driveway.
the cleanest cosplay, and you say like full decked out, like the full heavy armor and everything, that'd be sick.
Almost.
He's got like the
It's-
gas mask, the
Yeah.
the vest.
Dang.
He kind of cobbled
He's got-
together. His gun
he's got
needs
some
his
sort of-
flamethrower gun needs a little bit more work, but
Yeah, it's some sort of tank with a wand-like device. I don't know if it's like super exterminator gear type shit. It's not quite a flamethrower, but it can easily be modded into one. Probably.
It's I don't know, like I hope
okay.
so.
Well,
because-
guys, before we
Yeah.
move on, I'm just gonna bow out here and just say, hey, it's
Okay,
been a
man.
great podcast. I'll talk to you later, and I will be online tonight in the Dark Zone.
Okay.
Awesome, man.
Awesome.
I will join you.
Have a good run, buddy.
See you, man.
Peace
Yeah.
out.
See you, man.
Later, Matt.
Well, I'll tell you what. Speaking of the cleaners, man, I don't know about you guys, but they're just piss weak in the game. Like I was expecting them to be more hardcore, that, but they're not really that
Slow.
smart.
One of them was really slow and lumbering.
Yeah.
when you get
Yeah.
into-
Those big, huge mofo's.
Yeah, they're heavily
Those-
armored.
that
Tons of
I
that
love
caught me
those.
off guard. I was like, okay, we got Bane in the game now, and there's two.
Yeah.
We got paid.
I don't
I
think it-
literally bumped into him though from behind. Like I was not paying attention. I see this yellow glow on my screen. I'm like, oh shit, run!
Yeah,
I
like
barely made
I
it
don't
out
know
of
if you
there.
guys saw my Twitter or not. I actually had video of me like fighting some cleaners, and then all of a sudden there's no
Yes.
audio to it. But my friend said, "Dude, get out of the way." I look to my right. There's a cleaner freaking out with like fire spitting out his tank, and I rolled
Yeah,
out of
that's
the way
that- yeah,
just in
same
time.
thing
Then it just
happened to me.
blew up. I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I love how they
That
blow
was
up like
and then I wrote #noob.
oh my god.
Just I want to also mention well, is anyone going to be for those in chat who are right now? If you guys want to stay into chat, we might be possibly streaming the beta. I don't know about you guys. Is anyone going to be playing the beta after this podcast? Or
I'll play for a little bit on Xbox.
I'm gonna check and see if it's still on.
I might be
might.
playing. Yeah.
Well, the
I might
beta should be
working
on
videos. I'm not too sure.
Hey.
Ooh.
8.5 hours. 8.5 hours, guys. The beta will be live.
I
for-
think I'm just gonna play for a couple hours, then I'm gonna probably like just be done with it. Just wait until the next one in a couple weeks. Because I
Yeah, I'm
need,
probably gonna play.
I need
I'm
a,
gonna play
I need a,
Siege,
I need a
so.
breather. I need a
I
breather.
still-
honestly.
I still have
Well,
essays
Yeah.
to grade from work, but that can wait.
Oh, you're a teacher?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
wow.
I did not know
yeah.
that.
9th grade English.
Oh, that must be hell.
Oh my god.
Well, that's what I was like. Before the stream started and everything, I was saying hi to Robbie. He's like, "How are you?" I was like, "Oh, I want to shit kick, some of my students after last week." But the
I feel
beta,
so sorry
kind
for
of
you.
helped ease that tension a little bit.
Do they know that you're a gamer?
Yeah, they freaked out because they were like, "Dude,
You play games? Like,
I
you're
think
like.
they're like, you look tired," and I was like, "Fool, the beta was this weekend," and then like their eyes just lit up, and I was like, "Yeah, we're not going to talk
Ah.
about you have to make
teachers
up."
are cool.
I-
Our teacher is so cool.
Yeah, right? He
Our
plays
teacher
the-
uses technology.
They say that, and then they get kept after class, and it's like, man,
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I wanted to just mention so Evan will be playing the beta. I'll be hopefully on it as well. We might be streaming it. We're not too sure yet. I'll speak to Evan about that, but just keep in the chat and we'll let you guys know after the stream, obviously, if we will. So of course, to round off our little podcast today, we was going to go to some fan questions.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So with the first question here, we got from Mr. Gamer Fanatic. Will you be able to modify the stocks of guns? Because they didn't see that feature in the actual beta.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Be
I
cool.
would just like,
That'd be a cool
even if
addition.
it's the color or
Yeah.
just the just the way it looks. Like, you know how some are foldable
Yeah,
and
'cause-
some
Yeah.
are
like with
just
the
they have different
like with the
positions,
vector,
you know.
the vector
Yeah.
doesn't have a stock on it right
Yeah.
now. It'd be cool to add a stock onto the vector.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jorge was bitching
Yeah.
about that last night. He was like, "Look, I got my vector, but it doesn't have a stock.
It's like the vector
Yeah.
looks like a
I'm
a
like, I'm sorry.
triangle. That's it.
Let's go find one."
So I definitely expect them to be in the full game.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
fingers
Okay.
crossed.
Cool.
All right. So the
Sweet.
next question
Um,
is You want to read that off or should I?
Go for it.
I'll read it. That's fine.
All right.
okay.
Oh, you go for Evan. Yeah, go Evan.
Does the beta progress transfer to the full game? Quick
No.
answer.
Nope.
No, it does not.
Nope. No, it does not.
No, it does
And
not. So you're gonna be
I don't
super
think-
depressed.
I don't think any beta's ever done that. So
Nope.
that's not really surprising if you think about it. I mean, no beta has ever carried over to the
Yeah.
full game
Not that I heard
ever.
of.
So that wouldn't be fair anyway if you think about it, because not everyone will have access to the beta. Like, as we know right now with the beta, not everyone's been able to get in. Like, I've heard stories where people who've pre-ordered haven't even got in. Like, they haven't
Yeah,
received
that
their codes.
sucks.
Yeah, I feel bad
So-
for those guys.
That's a shame.
That,
I mean, I
to me,
know
is-
the guys were saying that those of us that got to participate in beta are going to have something as a reward, kind of like how everybody with the alpha got that
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 skin.
skin.
That
Yeah.
blue skin.
We're
yeah.
probably going to get something similar,
Okay, I'm
I
down.
would
with it.
imagine.
I hope it's
but
like a cool jacket or outfit or
I
something.
think
that's what I would like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want an outfit. I want a
Oh no,
nice-
they have to get something. Yeah. Well,
Oh
they-
yes, an outfit. Yeah, that's what I would
the
want.
Uplay action, if you guys noticed that when you first started a beta, the action gets completed. So obviously there's some sort of reward for playing the beta.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is, but
It's a mystery.
but also let's not forget also, for those who play Rainbow Six Siege on a certain platform, and if you play the Division on that same platform, we're gonna get some free DLC that crosses over.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
right.
going to be Rainbow
Oh,
Six stuff
yeah,
in the
yeah.
division.
Right, and then opposite
And-
the division.
Opposite.
Yeah,
Division
Rainbow
in
Six.
Rainbow Six. That'd be cool to see like a Ryan skin in like Siege. You go into a house and you just get shot in the face.
I
I'll
could
be
definitely
honest.
see a skin, like an
Yeah. I
was gonna
orange
say,
techie
yeah.
skin for
Yeah.
Rainbow
I was gonna
Six.
say, it'll probably
Yeah.
be. I don't expect anything crazy out of it, which I will still be happy. Skins, I'll be happy as long as we get something.
Mhm.
So I hope they use that. So next question we have is, do we, from what we've played at least in the beta, what do you guys reckon the most powerful weapon has been so far?
Oh, it's definitely, without a doubt, the Cassidy and the Caduceus. I think
Yeah.
that's how you pronounce it, right?
Catechus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Cate-
some.
Well, while
I
you're
still
doing
like
that,
my M1A.
Yeah.
guys,
Oh
while
my god.
you're doing that, we just have some questions in the chatty. Can we change the color of our outfits with shaders? I don't believe so.
With
I don't-
No, I don't think so.
I would love it if we could, but yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think we'd be able to.
It's
And
not gonna happen.
Nimble Place says Ghost Recon skins would be nice. I would actually wouldn't mind seeing. I wouldn't mind seeing Ghost Recon Wildlands and the Division crossover as well. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, I could so see a bag from Ghost Recon over in the division.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like
Oh,
the
the
whole,
loot
Yeah.
bag?
yeah,
Yeah.
the one they have.
Yeah, that'd make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, see,
So
they could tie in together very easily.
I would like to see down the line whenever they're coming out with the next Splinter Cell game
Ooh.
to have some
Great.
sort of cross
That is such a mystery.
stuff going.
I'm wondering
on.
if that's actually going to be announced this
Dude,
year.
I was
E3.
talking with some guy in the elevator at the tower during E3. We were just like, okay, this is gonna be a long ride up, and we were talking about it. And it's like, did you notice that like almost every Tom Clancy game except Splinter Cell is
Oh,
like
yeah.
announced.
taking
Hmm.
a bow this year?
You think
And
it should be open world because it's like every game is
Everything's
going
open
open
world.
world.
Every single game is
Robert-
going
Robert
to
would love that.
scary.
We've got to find somewhere like in a freaking sewer or something like that. Sam Fisher's goggles, at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be a
Robbie would
little
love that.
nod to it.
Robbie
Yeah.
would love that. So.
Oh yeah.
All right. So the next question is: so there we go. In the division, will there be a single player session? So it's only you who plays story with no other players. They've pretty much confirmed that you can play this game single player without any players interacting with you. Obviously, unless you're in the dark zone. But it is recommended you play co-op. It's the best way, especially if you're going against high-end enemies,
It's the
and that kind of
easiest way.
thing. Exactly. Yeah. So
There is a way to actually make it completely single player. I already mentioned that. You could private your group management, and no one can join your game. So if you wanted
Yes.
a pure single player experience, of course, you're going to have an online connection. So
Yeah.
Actually, something about that also I wanted to mention is when I was in the dark zone, I saw a couple of people on my friends list, but I couldn't see them when I was at their location at all. Like I could not see the character whatsoever.
Were they added to your group, or were they just in your friends?
They were orange,
No.
right? They were marked orange.
Yeah, they were just
Yeah.
in the dark zone. All my friends list, but when I went up to them, I couldn't see the character. I just could see them on the the
Right,
map.
on the
Just
map.
do I don't know do we know if that's like a bug or something, or was that
No, no,
something
no.
in the game that?
Yeah, it's the fact that your friends are on a different server, but that's how see how that happens. That's how the invisible glitch could.
that is so
Oh.
weird. I don't
So-
understand how you could see each other on different servers. I've never
it's
heard.
it's weird. I think that's how it works. So I think my friend
Okay.
he actually did it. Like not gonna he did it without even knowing. He's like, wait, can you see me? I'm like, no. And he's like, wait, but I see this guy right in front of you. I'm like, no, like shoot him, see if it works. And he shot him. I'm like, oh dude, he just went down. I was like,
That is so weird.
I was like, good
That
God.
would be nice though.
That must have been a
That
trip to
would be nice.
witness.
If you could see your friends eventually in the at least in the dark zone,
Mhm.
like I can understand in the PvE. Like I know, like for example, I've run into Hamish a few times in the PvE, but I've only seen his name, but I haven't actually seen his character. So that's fair enough. But in the dark zone, I would love to actually see maybe other characters, like other friends in there. Like I remember I ran into Hamish's character, almost shot him, but I was nice.
Hi, buddy. Blam.
Man.
Well, he steals
Alright,
people's
so-
bananas. So.
Exactly. So do you want to lead into the next question, Gabe?
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Jimmy C, he actually says, are most friends you play with investors the Dark Zone 4?
I think like what they meant to say
I'm confused.
are the most
Yeah.
friends you can play with in the Dark Zone 4. Are there ways to get more than 4 friends in the Dark Zone?
Oh,
Okay, because I thought they were going to invest in
I was like,
something.
oh, you're
I
buying.
think it's,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, you can. I actually did it. I had a group of like 6. It was me, Matt, and all the rest of my friends. And we just split up into groups of 3. And we were just like, yeah, don't shoot me, don't shoot you, because we might go rogue and all that stuff. So we just
But
played out 6
it's not
players.
in one group, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You'll
Okay.
if you're on we were in a group of 3 each, so it showed they were my friends, but it also showed as if they were out of my group. So I can go
Oh,
rogue on
okay.
them if I wanted to. Doesn't
Right.
matter.
Yes.
Okay.
We
Yeah, I don't
had a
think we'll be
question-
seeing the rumored 8-player raids. Remember that was rumored a while back?
Yeah.
8?
That,
Yes,
Wow.
I
that
remember.
was,
Yeah.
that was actually back at 2013. I remember.
Was
the
it?
first
Yeah, it was
movie-
like in an official
was it
Ubi
that long
blog
ago?
too.
Jesus.
It doesn't feel like it was
Yeah.
that long ago.
I
Yeah,
know, it's been a
can
while.
you believe it? It's finally happening.
I know, right?
Right.
It's
Just
finally
excitement
happening.
is building up. It's finally happening. There was actually a question here that I cannot seem to find anymore, but someone was asking if the game's gonna be playable, like if there's gonna be another chance to play the game before the full release after the beta. Well, we spoke about that before. That there is a rumor that could be an open beta happening. So that would be your next chance if that does happen. My
Yep.
question also is, when does the beta end? We already mentioned that it's about, from now, I'd say about 8 hours, 8 hours and a half. That's how long you got left till the beta ends. So get your time in. The last chance for you guys to get some in beta. Yep. So do you want to get into the next question, Gabe?
Yeah, definitely. Blake. Oh, he said, when does it end? Do you think? Oh yeah, Chris. So he says, actually, do you think there will be any more guns, or do you think the beta was the full amount? Well,
There will
definitely.
be more guns.
Oh, there's definitely going to be more guns.
Yeah, definitely more guns.
That
Definitely.
was just a small
loot.
taste.
Oof.
Yeah,
Like
that
that's-
was.
That's not even
Tip
close.
of the iceberg is
Yeah.
very
Literally.
understated way to phrase. what
Oh
we
my
got in
Yeah.
the beta.
God. So
We didn't even get in the beta some of what was in the demos that they had shown
really?
that a lot
Yeah.
of people got to play. Yeah, there's a ton of weapons that are still
That's
Mhm.
crazy.
yet to be revealed, let alone that we know are going to be in game that we just didn't have access.
IGN
See,
just
I think
released
that-
some new gameplay with like a new gun that I saw was called like the SAR-S or something. I'm like, wait, what?
So that's from that was in Battlefield, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, because they just released
Yeah.
8
Yeah.
minutes of Underground gameplay today.
Wait, what?
Not
Yeah.
the
Really?
DLC though.
I can paste it into the chat real quick.
No way. Link that right now.
There you go.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was the DLC. I think it's just them.
It's
visiting,
just them
like, how
going.
long-
It's just them going into the underground. Because
I was gonna say yeah.
yeah, it's
Oh,
an
oh, I
it's
thought
one of
it
their,
was-
it's one of their IGN first things where they get to show off like gameplay before anybody else can in certain areas. It's-
Ah,
yeah.
So it looks like the Division that's their thing for this month. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
sweet.
I got a high end. That's like yeah. Nimbleblast says he's got a high end MP7, and I agree. I actually got the purple version. I think it was. Purple was like the second highest, isn't it? That's like before
Yeah,
orange.
the orange is the top level, purple's underneath that, then blue, then green, then gray.
I got a purple MP7, and that thing shredded enemies like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
No,
But-
the fire rate is insane.
Yeah, but
Nice. I'm still
the point
using the M1A. That's what I'm using right now.
the ammo
I'm in
drops
a
so
sniper.
bad. You waste so much ammo in one shot. It's just crazy. But like one clip takes out one ammo, which is good. I wasn't a fan of the FAL though. I tried that. I disassembled whatever you call it. I returned it junk away straight away. I was like, I did not want to use that weapon.
So they do have an FAL in there.
Yep.
Yeah, but it wasn't like great.
Oh,
Well,
I
at
haven't
least
even tried it.
At least
Okay.
I bought it from the vendor in the base of operations. It was there. For me personally, it wasn't the greatest weapon. Like I used it for a bit. Just this. What's the when you don't want the weapon? What's the system they're using when you want to get rid of it?
Deconstruct.
Deconstruct. Yeah.
Deconstruction.
That's yeah. That's it. Yeah. I just got done that easy, and then I actually went back to the hub area and I found weapons that were higher level. Later, like I found blue weapons of like the Vector and all that. It was like
Nice.
really interesting how the hub area, when you first start, had higher weapons than what you saw in the base of operations.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
So we have
Mr.
one more
Gator-
question.
Yeah, one more
Yeah,
question. I'll take it away.
yeah, go for it.
Go for
So,
it.
Mr. Gamer Fanatic says, lastly, I noticed a default gun, M4, and then there was a police M4. Different tiers of weapons,
I
and
noticed this too. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And then there's
I think
military.
so.
military M4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
different, and
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think what they're going for, and I noticed this. I don't know how many play this, but in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the variants,
oh right. Okay.
they have a different, like they
I
have like
understand what you
four.
mean.
Yeah, like they have like 5 different versions of the AK-47, 5 different versions of the MP5 and all that. I think that's what they're going for with this one, obviously, because it's an RPG. You want the best version of the gun,
Right.
and so that's obviously what he was talking about. The police M4, which actually I did notice the M4 was a burst rifle one, and then the police M4 was a full auto.
Really?
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I have noticed. I picked up a 3-burst MP5
Yeah.
and then an auto MP5.
Mm.
So there's those two variants in the beta.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, overall, I think the beta was a huge success.
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
think we can
Yeah.
all say
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Definitely.
dude, it was way over. It was really a success.
And
I don't think the developers expected it to be this crazy.
And the fact that I never got a chance to play this game, like anywhere, only here, like it was just
Exactly.
like you don't
I'm
understand, like, or you do understand when you first get to like jump
Yeah.
into this game after waiting like
Yeah.
3 years to know what it's like.
So
It's
good.
like, oh my god,
I'm
like,
so
worth it.
happy that all the concepts are actually working. You know,
Yes.
they sound really cool. Concepts sound really neat, but to see them actually working in practice is
Exactly.
really
it's
nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
And after all the feedback, people saying like this won't work, this won't work, and obviously the beta's just proved that, and like it makes at least me as a community member for the division in Australia so happy that I could see this game grow and it's succeeding, you know.
Mhm.
And I've all the haters that have said to me, you know, oh, this is, you know, BS, it's not working, all that. I've told them, I told you so I was going to work. I've believed in this game since launch, and I've told everyone the same thing. Of course, I still run into various things, but it's not game-breaking stuff for me, thankfully.
Yeah.
We're kind of like, it's like the developers or the parents of this game. We're like the step parents, like we're supportive, but we're just not related.
Exactly.
We're the in-laws.
Yeah. Nimble Plays actually says apparently there was another glitchy experience where you could head out to the top left of the map, the quarantine zone, then run with a frag into the checkpoint, into the non-beta area, and then they sell high-end weapons for about 830 credits.
Oh wow!
Oh shit.
Oh,
And
Really?
run with a frag in your hands for bonus speed. Well, okay, I didn't even know that.
I might have to try that. It's the last night of the beta.
Yeah, right. I'm about to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nimble.
I'm about to do that.
I just want to quickly mention something. It's like personal. This is from like my account. Like I actually just reached 1,000 followers 4 days ago.
Congrats,
And,
buddy.
thanks.
Congratulations.
And
Nice.
we're already at like 1,064. So it's like
Wow.
it's growing really quickly, and I just want to thank everyone.
I'll be honest, and I feel like this has really happened. That since the announcement of the beta, since E3, at least for me personally, everyone's slowly growing out there. Like you know, Gabe said, his page just hit over 1,000. Like that's insane. I know that was his goal. He finally hit it.
Mhm.
And of course, Robbie, you know, he's huge YouTuber. Everyone knows him. Keelan, the Division Angels, they're slowly growing. You know, same as ever.
Yeah.
We're all growing. Like, yeah,
It's funny
it's
that
insane.
the Division Angels has like exponentially more followers than my personal.
Well,
I was like, oh man, like I could literally multiply
it's like
how much it is, even though
it's
it's
insane. Like, for example, at my Twitter, at the Division ANZ, we've got 843 followers. Like a couple of weeks ago, we had like 400. Amazing how we grew.
Yeah.
Even on the Facebook page, we've got over 400 likes on there, and again, we only had like 100 and something not too long ago. Like, it's just amazing how much we support the game as fans, and then all of a sudden
They support us too.
they support
Yeah.
us too, and
I
we're
love
doing this as a fan community. You know, and again,
We love
I wanna-
you.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want to reiterate
Just-
this.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people say this to me, and I want to confirm it. We're not getting paid for this. Like, Robbie's a YouTuber; that's his job. That's different. But for someone like me, Gabe, and you know Evan, and even Killen, we're doing this as fans.
Yeah, I'm not. And
No, exactly. That's
I'm a
that's
fan
Still
of-
fan though.
I'm a
we
fanboy.
just
Yeah, we know who Robbie is.
we just recently recorded a couple of interviews with the three of us behind the web series that we're going to edit into a video. That's one of the things that we all have mentioned in the interview toward the end. Is like, you know, it's a project of love. It's a, you know,
Exactly.
it's
And
by the
so-
fans for the fans, and all of us are supporting each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, like with my Twitter, like I don't get anything out of this. Like
Yeah.
like currency,
Yeah.
I get nothing.
Satisfaction. You get satisfaction.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I get. I love connecting with the community. How in one day I can get tons and tons and tons of notifications and followers, and they'll just talk to me about whatever questions. They'll show me their pictures of their stats. Like it's just amazing. How, like
Yeah,
we
Yeah,
all
I've been
connect.
getting a lot of the staff pictures, like check out my loadout.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as me. Like, that's insane. Like, and I even like tweeted out, you know, like it's just like it's so gratifying just to see people interacting with my channel. Like, especially like Robbie knows when I went to E3 with him, I was a small channel. I was nothing, and then I post E3, he started growing and growing. And like, okay, I might not be, you know, a million followers or whatever, but I appreciate all those people who follow and interact. Like the amount of messages I get daily on my Facebook and about the game, teaming up, and
Right.
I put on community events as well for the game, like with fans, which I don't have to do, but I love to do it because, you know, I want to play with everyone else, and that's awesome. And I had people add me. It's mind-boggling that I'm doing all this for this game, and like
Exactly.
I'm just so happy it got announced, and I fell in love with it because it got me into this. So
Yeah, and don't think it's gonna stop growing because once the game comes out, it's just gonna get bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh,
Right now,
absolutely.
we're just like taking over the hype train right now.
This
We're
is
like in
yeah.
the-
This
we're
is
like first
this
class.
is your beta. This is your beta.
I was gonna say, like, once that game comes out, at least for me, because we get it obviously ahead of everyone.
Thanks.
I'm scared that's how it's going to be for me if I stream the game midnight launch. I'm scared how that's going to turn out. That's going to be great. Hopefully by then I have a better setup. But
You need to monetize now.
Monetize.
I have been,
That's what that means.
Figure out a way
ready,
to
brother.
monetize what you love to
You're
talk
ready.
about.
Yeah.
I need to talk to Robbie about that kind of stuff. He's the YouTuber. I need to get some tips from him about all this kind of stuff. But Nimble's Place says, do you guys play on Xbox One? Well, pretty much, I think everyone besides Keelan and Gabe play on
Yeah.
Xbox One.
PC Master Race.
I'm PS4, Matt's
PC.
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 I'm undecided right now. Like, most of my beta time has been on Xbox One simply because it was out first, but I think that's probably going to be the case when the game comes out because we'll be seeing exclusive DLC. I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
that exclusivity is, if it's something
think,
minor, but still.
Isn't it just Xbox One first? I don't know if Xbox get any exclusive. I think they
As
get
far as
first.
I know, they just get it earlier, but it's not going to be
Well,
Okay.
console.
But
It's
how
not
early? Because didn't Destiny get it like a year early?
Yeah, they got, but that was
That's a
little
long
thing.
time.
That's
a long time to wait.
DLC. That's
Yeah, but-
like the deal with Rise of the Tomb Raider, where Xbox One got it for a year and some change before it comes out on the other console.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's still
also,
long. If it depends on how big of a DLC it is.
That
That's
is
my
Rob-
concern. Yeah.
Robbie, you also got to think about the fact, like, look at guys like Arex, you know, Alex, he does Destiny on Xbox,
Right.
and so and obviously he's limited with what he can cover. But the thing is, with PS4 version, they just get like a map or two for in advance. That's all it is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
With the
I
Division,
personally prefer the PS4 right now. That's just my personal preference. I'd like the UI better. I would prefer
Me
to play the
too.
Division on the PS4.
Yeah.
I think for the Division, it'll be just like a week early access for Xbox players. I don't think they're going to go Call of Duty and make it a month. That's way too much.
No,
Especially,
that's way too long. Yeah.
especially if you're a YouTuber, which obviously for you, you'd have to play on Xbox if you want to kind of keep up with what's coming out. Because you don't want to be one of those people where, you know, DLC comes out and then you cover it a month later and then no one watches it because they've already seen it.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's like I did that with Call of Duty on my personal channel, and I saw people watching me, which was insane. But thankfully, now that I'm on Xbox, I can cover that first. I don't have to worry about that. But
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll be
So I
stick-
guess we
I'll be
can
sticking
wrap
around
it
on-
up here.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I think that.
I think that was
That was a
fun-
good episode too.
Yeah, that was so much
was.
fun.
Thank you guys for
Tons
having
of
me.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh
No
yeah,
problem.
no problem, man.
Yeah, great to have you, Keelan, and
I just-
everyone.
I just wanted to quickly, obviously, plug everyone. I just want to say again, thank you, Killen, for coming along, man. I've been wanting to have you on for a while, and
My
so
pleasure.
thank you. Thank you so much for coming on, man. It was awesome. Like I said, you can find myself at the Division ANZ or Sega Sun Gamer both on Facebook and Twitter and on YouTube. Where can they find you, Robbie? If they want to reach out to you.
I'm on YouTube .com/openworldgames, and then for Twitter it's Night Robbie, which is really weird, but that's what happened. And then
Awesome.
for Facebook, you could just type in Open World Games in the search box, and you'll find me.
Nice.
There you
Yep.
go.
And also, don't forget, you can also find him on Star Wars HQ if you're a fan of the Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Got to check out
Yep.
Star Wars HQ. Come on now.
What about you, Gabe?
I'm on Twitter at TC_report is where you'll find all the news on the latest Tom Clancy games.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Evan?
I am at Wolf of Cherno on Twitter, and I'm also on YouTube at Wolf of Cherno as well. And you can check me out for latest Division stuff on Twitter mainly, because I never upload on YouTube.
I just wanted to ask how you got that name. How you got that name is was really interesting.
I used to play the game DayZ a lot, and
I knew it. I freaking knew it.
There was a town
I'm
called
guilty.
there's a town called Chernogorsk in there.
Chernogorsk, yep.
And it's nicknamed Cherno, and
Freaking knew it.
every time I was I would always hang out in that town. So my friend Alessandra's like, "Oh, Evan's Cherno again." I'm like, "Yep, I'm Cherno. What's up?"
It sounds like a good movie title for like a Russian apocalypse
Yeah,
film.
right?
Yeah,
Dude, that's what I thought it was a reference to. I was like, all right, I gotta see what foreign film this fool's in.
Yeah.
How'd you get the wolf of then?
I have
Is
no
that just something
He likes wolves.
I do?
I like the wolf.
I like wolves.
Fair enough. And what about you, Killen? Where can they find you? Vision
Hell,
Angels.
I am all over the place. Obviously,
Go ahead, man.
Twitter at Keelan_Grace. Same thing for Instagram. For the web series, we have Division_Angels for Twitter, and we have The Division Angels, all one word, for the Instagram. The Division:_Angels is for the YouTube channel, and I can also be found on the RPF forum. Same as on here for Twitch. Keelan562 is that one.
Nice.
And the biggest thread there is the cosplay one. So anybody who wants to check out the progress that Matt and I did once we started joining forces, go there. Plenty of videos.
Sounds good.
Make sure to follow. Like I said, yeah, Dark Winter Angels. They got a lot of stuff coming up. Can't wait to see more of it. That first episode was crazy, man. So I wanted to give another shout out for that. That was damn.
Yeah, can't wait for
It was-
episode
it was
2.
And we were all surprised how short it came out. And it's like, man, that took a full day.
I know.
It took
Yeah,
us
that's how it
forever
is
to
with
film.
skits and. Oh my God.
The second episode is going to be, from what Jorge and I have planned, it's going to be
Longer?
Looking forward
Amazing.
to it.
It's going to be longer, yeah, but it's
Sweet.
this one was just kind of setting up like the tone of
Yeah.
the world. This
Especially when you
next
spoke to
one
that girl.
kind of it gets darker, and it kind of shows that even the agents aren't as safe as we like to believe.
That was pretty cool
Right.
though. How you did the whole sign language with the girl. That was pretty awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
That was a result of I used to work in Rochester at a children's center for.
I remember
severe-
you mentioning that.
Yeah, and I learned a little bit. I've forgotten most of it, but I was like, that would be an interesting, little thing to acknowledge that that it's not just, the victims, but it's like somebody who
Sure.
is unaware of what's going on around them in many different ways and how that would affect them, and then just to show that
Yeah.
connection, between the purpose behind the SHD and
Yeah.
their need to protect.
So just quickly, I wanted to ask you before we head off. What can we expect from your next episode? Like any teasers you can give us, anything like that we can expect, or
We do have it. Well, the whole series, we wanted an original take, but still blended in with the world. So we have it set in Los Angeles. Thus, the Angels portion of the title. So that being a part of it, we wanted to make sure that the enemy factions that we have planned, they're very LA based.
Oh,
So we have,
yeah.
Cool.
we have two that we have right now that are part of the if we can make it, what would essentially be season 1. One is more in the forefront than the other. And last night, or was it last night? No, yesterday afternoon, something happened during the recording of my interview that gave me an idea for another one that's going to mess with people's childhood.
oh Jesus.
Yeah, I'll just say that.
He's gonna
once we-
mess with your child.
If we get
That's
into
the tagline of his film.
if we
I
get
don't
into
know
season
about this,
2,
Dan. I'm not too sure.
Oh, Jorge's right. It was 2 nights ago. It was Saturday. If we get into season 2, we'll definitely be introducing that. But so far, I mean, it's more focused on characters, so you're going to see a lot of the interaction between the agents. We're going to show a lot more of what's going on inside the base of operations and how that's run.
Ooh, that'll
Awesome.
be cool.
shit,
That's pretty cool.
dude, this is gonna be
There's
exciting
going to
now.
be, for everybody, and I didn't even mention it earlier, but in the pilot episode, I played the character of Aaron Parker, who was the guy doing the sign language with the girl they find. And you don't see him for a while after the pilot. And it's interesting what happened with that.
Ooh.
So,
That'll be
God.
cool. That'll be cool.
Awesome.
Dude, I'm excited for this.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you all for a great podcast. This is our second episode, and I think it turned out pretty well.
I think
Yes.
it's turned out well.
Totally agree.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Everyone that came in the chat, thank you so much for supporting everyone over here. You guys are amazing. And I guess we'll see you when? Next week?
Yeah.
Next
same
week,
time
Monday.
Next week.
Yep.
Next week, Monday? All right.
same
Sounds
bat
good.
time, same bat channel.
All right.
Yeah.
Sound good?